Welcome everybody to the Game Cave. Alright, so now we're going to play the second game, which would leave us some space to talk about the second movie. The second game is kind of interesting. Like I said, it's like a first-person shooter style. You're on like a track, basically. Your character moves around for you, and you just shoot things as it comes at you, like House of Dead or the Terminator arcade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
You ever see the House of Dead movie?
I don't know. Maybe I have. Isn't that horrible too?
It's made by the greatest filmmaker in the world, Uwe Boll. It's awesome. It is amazing. It's amazing, like, because something drastic can happen or something completely dangerous, with the zombies and shit.
Yeah.
And you'll have a close-up of one person that they're, afraid and totally frantic.
Yeah.
But then they'll do a wide shot of the other actors. That same person is totally scared, but the other people are standing there waiting for, like, their cue. It's like, it's totally off. It's
nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So now we're with the second one. As far as the second movie, to me it's one of like the least memorable movie out of the trilogy. So out of the three, obviously we know there's more Diehards, but out of the three, the second one to me, it's just like when I think of the second one, I can't think of a lot of things out of it. I actually think of more things based on this game than I do the movie or whatever. I actually like think of parts of the movie is actually parts of the game. So you're, like, I don't know how much of this is like, all right, is he in the airport? Like,
well, they got the snow, right? Because I do remember when he was it does take place at the airport. And there's actually a scene where I think he's in the airplane and then he has to hit the eject button.
Yeah.
The plane explodes and he's up in the air, and that's when he actually says "Yippee-ki-yay."
Right.
Yeah, right when he's in the air. I think the biggest problem with Die Hard 2, Die Harder, is the fact that they were trying to build on the first one. It's because it was so popular. It was one of those successes, and it's like, when you have a movie that is extremely successful, they right away want to do a sequel. And that's one of the biggest problems with it, and I think you lose focus on what made the first movie so good.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't know if you recall you mentioned that, how movies are muscle bound, more testosterone.
Sure, yeah.
Like that. That's literally what Die Harder is. Die Harder is more of a blow 'em up,
just appealing.
Guns. Yeah, it's
less story, more action.
It's an eye candy movie.
Yeah.
It's just about the explosions. It's that classic, blow up type of movie.
Hey, sometimes there's nothing wrong with explosions.
I don't know. I'm not mocking it by any means, but that's really what it is.
I just shot a cop on accident.
The one thing that does come to mind though is it does have the one actor from Coming to America. If you remember that movie, the comedy, it's the dad, the girl's dad.
Oh,
the McDowell's.
Yeah.
So it's a captain, a military captain.
Come on. He did the voice. He's in Conan and whatever.
Oh, he's in a boatload of movies. I mean, he's in a boatload of stuff.
Yeah,
But
and he's in freaking Sandlot. Come on, what is his name? You can't tell me you don't remember his name.
is it? Oh my God! So you know what? I think I spoke with his son probably a long time ago. It's like his last name is Amos or Amos, something like that.
What?
Oh my God! I may have to IMDb search up. But he is the McDowell's guy from Coming to America.
Yeah, the owner of McDowell's. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Why was I thinking of the other guy?
Who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of like the King from.
Oh, you're thinking of James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Okay, you got the dads mixed up.
I do.
Oops. You thought of the other dad.
Yeah, I wrong dad.
Think of McDowell's.
Yeah, the McDowell's.
So the owner of McDowell's.
Closest to
the owner of McDowell's is in Die Hard 2.
Okay, we're just going to show about how much respect Die Hard 2 is getting right now because we're talking about Coming to America and not Die Hard 2.
So yeah, we're literally remembering other movies to try to create.
It was
life.
the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, in the movie, I'm remembering I remember the scene, like there's like one of the main scenes too is like the church, like all the bad guys are like in a church somewhere, and he's trying to get to this church or something. You're gonna have to tell me more of the movie because I don't probably know half as much as what you remember.
Honestly,
is this one of those things where we should have watched the movie before?
We should have watched at least Die Hard 2. The first Die Hard and With a Vengeance, I got you. This one, I vaguely remember a lot of things. I remember parts. I remember actors. I do remember the guy that was from Family Matters that played in the first movie.
Yeah.
He was pretty much
like Carl Winslow.
Yeah, Carl Winslow. He was Bruce Willis's right hand man in the first movie.
Yeah.
They bring him back.
Yeah.
And it's mainly just to bring him back to bring familiarness from the first movie, because he was kind of like John McClane's sidekick in the first movie.
Yeah.
So they bring him back, but he doesn't really do anything. He's in an office. McClane calls him for something.
So he's on the phone again, just like in the other movie. They must have thought, hey, it worked last time with him on the phone. He should be on the phone.
Yeah, just him on the phone. And then there's a scene, there's another actor who was on YNPD Blue in the 90s. He's in there, and he's this cop that pretty much gives John McClane a lot of crap. So he's kind of like, not really comic relief, but he's like this on the side foe type of guy. He's always on, Bruce Willis's ass for something. And I think, if I remember correctly, the guy from McDowell's, he's the main villain, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's the main villain. I don't know what his motives are.
I'm really bad at this game, by the way.
Yeah. It's probably just like the movie. You probably don't care much.
I'm bad at the movie. It's really hard to concentrate to go back and forth to the other.
But I think McDowell's, he was the main villain.
Okay.
And I'm only assuming, so...
You're going to get tore up.
Dude, if I get it wrong, just leave comments, hashtag, whatever. But, but here's the thing. I can only assume his motives were probably no different than any other American terrorists' motives were in a lot of 80s and 90s action movies, which is they felt ripped off from the government.
Yeah.
They
make money, blow stuff up.
Yeah, a lot of their comrades died. They want $1 billion, so we're gonna hold an airport hostage, and we're gonna send John McClane on New York cop and save everybody. So I mean, that's pretty much what I probably did.
Nice.
From that movie. But yeah, it is. I mean, I totally agree with you, man. It's totally forgettable. It's a forgettable movie. I mean, I'm sure it's not an awful movie. But, I mean, just from our conversation, I'm sure from a handful of other people, no one remembers Die Hard 2.
Yeah. Or at least not as memorable as the other one.
Yeah. I can barely remember the scene in the trailer or something. I literally can't.
Was that another Christmas movie? Because they talk about, the first Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It happens during Christmas. It's a Christmas party. There's snow.
It is surrounded by snow.
There is snow.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's New Year's. I don't know if it's Christmas. I don't know. Thanksgiving. I don't know. That's another very good question. That's
Thanksgiving.
Dude, honestly, Die Hard 2 is definitely a movie we should have watched before we did this little project. Because honestly, we only have tidbits. We have these little things, man.
There's like some other stuff I thought too. Like, there's like snowmobiles like involved or something where like either he jumps out of that plane that's like gonna blow up or something. Everything's gonna blow up. I don't know.
There could be. There's a movie called True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's snowmobiles in there.
True Lies. Okay, True Lies is awesome. First of all, so don't talk to me like I don't know what True Lies is. Okay?
Oh my god, everybody loves True Lies. Oh, hey, where's your invitation? Here's my invitation. Boom!
Well, especially like in a scene where he comes up on the Harrier jet or whatever, or the Hornet or whatever it is called, the Harrier jet, it flies up because it's not like a normal jet, and he like shoots like right into like the top of the building or whatever. I don't think the guys are like right there or something.
Or how about when the villain gets caught on the rocket and he goes, "You're fired." Boom!
And then everybody else remembers the scene with his wife or whatever. What's the actress's name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right, where he makes her like striptease for him and stuff in the dark because he thinks that.
Now dance slowly, very slow. There's even a scene when he's doing that with the tape recorder, and he totally goofs it up, and he's got to like rewind it really quickly as she's moving, and she's like actually like has a clue. She gets a little baffled. She's like, "What are you doing?"
So once again, we're doing it again. I can't play Die Hard 2 for the life of me, so I'm losing a lot. And actually, what's funny is with Die Hard 2, with the second game, I remember as a kid, I used to have this, the Game Shark for the PlayStation, which was the equivalent of a Game Genie.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Game Shark. My PlayStation was so old that or the older one was the original releases that had the back panel on it where you can plug like a chip in or whatever. And the Game Shark was like a little box like this that plugged into the back of the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you couldn't do like what it was before where it had a cartridge going into another cartridge and then into the system, you had to have something like working with the chipset or whatever. So I actually, when I'd play the second one, I'd use a ton of fucking cheat codes and whatever. I'd have guys running around with big heads and like shooting stuff and shooting all sorts of weapons, and I'd have all the weapons and blowing everything up. I didn't care what it was. I couldn't be killed. It was like God mode everything. That's what I did for the second one. That's how I got through the second one.
See, I never used the Game Genies or the Game Sharks way back when I was in school. I know with Resident Evil, I got the books.
Yeah.
You know, I would always have the books. I get the books and the strategy guides. There's a lot of stuff I couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you really need the books and like the Nintendo Power magazines.
Oh, if you still have those, man, those are like worth money now. Nintendo Powers are worth money.
Yeah, because they discontinued Nintendo.
They stopped. Well, they stopped it, and especially the older ones, how rare they are and stuff like that. They are. People are looking for them. Now, people will sell one copy, depending on what it is and how old one copy is fetching for like $50.
Not everybody, but most teenagers, especially if you're 14, 15, just don't think of that. They don't think of keeping them.
No, you don't.
Them, yeah.
Well, and the ones that I had, they ended up getting busted up and stuff, or tore up. Some of them, they get tore up, and I got rid of them. I might have a few laying around somewhere, and eventually, when I set this whole thing up, I might actually put a lot of different stuff out. But hey, guys, Jason here, sitting here getting some editing done, and want to get you guys ready for part 3 coming very soon. Just wanted to ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe to us. We would definitely love to hear any feedback, especially positive. If you guys want to see more, we want to know about it. Any ideas, any requests, things like that. So once again, get ready for part 3 coming up very soon. And thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe to us. And hopefully we'll be seeing you in the near future.